Okay, so we finished from price elasticity of demand, which is percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in the price. So we are talking about, for example, a change in quantity demanded of tomatoes due to a change in the price of the same product, tomatoes. But here, income elasticity of demand, we are also discussing the percentage change in quantity demanded of a single product, such as tomatoes, due to or divided by a change in my income. So not the price of the product itself, due to a change in my income. So what is income elasticity of demand with Fozan?
An income elasticity of demand measures the responsiveness of demand to change in income.
Okay, so income elasticity of demand measures percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in income, in my salary. So now, depend on the result, sometimes we got positive or negative. If it is positive, more than 1 or less than 1. If the elasticity is positive and less than 1, we say the product is necessary or the product is a necessity. For example, if my income increased by 10% and demand for rice increased by 5%, so 5 divided by 10 equals 0.5, less than 1. It is positive and less than 1. So the product is necessary. So always for necessary goods, I initially purchase the necessary quantity or the enough quantity. So if my salary increased, I don't increase so much. See the second point. If the elasticity positive and more than 1, we consider the product as luxurious. The good is a luxury. For example, if my income increased by 10%, demand for perfume may increase by 20% because I didn't, at my current income, I didn't purchase enough perfume because my salary is limited. So if my salary increased by 10%, demand for perfume may increase by 20%. So 20 divided by 10 equals 2, which is more than 1. But if the elasticity, last point, if the elasticity is negative, we consider the product as inferior. For example, I don't like Indomie. If my salary increased by 10%, demand for Indomie may decrease by, let's say, 20% or 5%. So the result will be negative, minus something. So in this case, income increases, demand for inferior decreases. So we consider this product as inferior because the relationship, I think you remember in chapter 3, we discussed the relationship between income and demand. So for normal goods, as income increases, demand will increase. But for inferior good, as income increases, demand will decrease. Let's take an example. So Umar Abdul Aziz, Umar Abdul Aziz, could you read this question for me?
Yes. The next table shows the quantity of regular cuts of meat that a family of 4 would purchase per year at various
Yes.
various income levels. Find the income elasticity. Elasticity of demand of this family for regular cuts of meat between the various
successive
levels of this family's income over the range of income are regular cuts of meat luxury necessity of inferior goods for this family. Why?
Okay, so as you see here, my income increases and my income may decrease, but in this example, income increases and the quantity demanded increases, but maybe it decreases. So be careful when you check the numbers. So the first row is the old or the initial or the base, but the second row is the new. So always without saying, this is the previous income and the new income. Okay, how to calculate? What is percentage change in quantity demanded? Delta Q over Q times 100. What is delta Q? The change in quantity. 264 minus 240. 264 minus 240. So it is 24. Divided by Q by the old quantity, 240 times 100. This is percentage change in income, delta I, delta income. The new salary, 78, minus the old salary, 65. It is 13,000. Divided by I, the old salary, times 100. So it's clear, my income increases by 20%, and the quantity demanded increased by 10%. So it's equal plus 0.5. So it is positive and less than 1. So accordingly, the product is necessity. If the result is plus more than 1, the product luxury. If it is negative, the product is inferior. That's all about income elasticity. Let's go to cross price elasticity of demand. What is in Arabic مرونة الطلب التقاطعية, cross price elasticity of demand. What is the cross price elasticity of demand? Let me go to Abdurrahman Hisham. Abdurrahman?
Yes, doctor.
Could you read this for me?
Yes, cross price elasticity of demand. Cross price elasticity of demand, a measure of the response of the quantity of one good demand to a change in the price of another good.
Okay, so what is the cross price elasticity of demand? Percentage change in quantity demanded of a single product such as Y divided by percentage change in the price of another product such as X. So the quantity demanded of tea divided by percentage change in the price of sugar or coffee. So here we don't take the price of the same product, we take the price of a related product. Let's see the result. If the result is positive, if the result of the elasticity is positive, we consider two products are as substitutes. Substitute tea and coffee. So if the price of coffee increases, I will purchase more tea because tea looks cheaper. So as the price of coffee increases, demand for coffee will increase. Both of them move in the same direction, up or down. So the result will be positive. So if the elasticity is positive, say Y and X are substitutes. But if the elasticity is negative, that means Two products are complements. Let's apply it. If the price of sugar increases, I will buy less sugar and less tea. So as the price of sugar increases, demand for tea will decrease. So they move in opposite direction. For this reason, the result will be negative. Let's take an example. Abdullah Isa.
نعم دكتور.
Could you read this question for me?
Yes. Find the cross price elasticity
Yeah.
of demand between hot dogs Y and hamburgers X. For the data in the next table, are the goods
Substitutes
are complements for this individual and why?
Okay, so cross price elasticity between Y, the second row, and X. That means, see here, for Y, the price of Y doesn't change, the same price. What happened? The price of hamburger changed from 10 to 13, which led to a change in quantity demanded of Y from 20 to 26. So please don't judge by yourself what is the relationship between hamburger and hot dog, whether they are substitutes or complements. I need mathematical analysis. Okay, let's see how to calculate it. Percentage change in quantity demanded of Y, this is Y. See here, I wrote the formula of the elasticity similar to price elasticity of demand. But what I did, I attach Y with the quantity demanded, and I attach X with the price. So what is the percentage change in quantity demanded of Y due to a change in the price of X? Okay, what is the change in quantity of Y? 26 minus 20, it is 6. What is the change in the price of X? This is X. So the first price 10, the new price 13, 13 minus 10, it is 3. Here price X and the quantity of Y go to the before or the old or the base. So the price of X is 10, while the quantity of Y is 20. After calculation, we got positive result, plus something. So since the result is positive, two products are substitutes. If we got negative, we can decide two goods are complements. So we finish from Fawzan, could you read the question in blue? Fawzan?
Certainly. Identify determinants of price elasticity of demand. Explain how each one affects the responsiveness of demand.
Okay, so we have, in the lecture, I explained 4 factors. The number one, the necessity of the product. In general, necessary goods, their demand tends to be inelastic. For luxurious products, demand tends to be elastic. Also of substitutes, availability of substitutes. If the product has more substitutes, demand tends to be more elastic. The importance of being unimportant. If the cost of the product is unimportant relative to your budget or your salary, demand tends to be more inelastic. Time dimension. Demand tends to be more elastic as we take longer run. Let's go to second question. Fawzan, read in blue.
The university you attend need to increase total revenue. The president suggests that by raising tuition by 5%, total revenue will increase. However, after the tuition increase, total revenue actually fell. What can you infer about the price elasticity of demand for an education at your university? Why is this likely to be true? What did your university president assume to be true about the price elasticity of demand for an education at your university?
Okay, see here, take it very simple. So tuition fees, which is a price of a product, increases. The quantity demanded will decrease. Enrollment in the university will decrease. What will happen to total revenue? It depends on the elasticity. So if the demand for education is elastic, the quantity demanded is stronger than the price. So if the price increases, the quantity demanded will decrease more than the increase in the price. So total revenue is expected to decrease if demand is elastic. And I judge demand for university education is elastic. Why? Number one, because we have substitutes. We have other private universities. So if Skyline alone increase the tuition fees, some students will shift to other universities. Number two, the importance of being unimportant. So the cost of education is so high, so important relative to our budget. For this reason, demand tends to be elastic. But if the cost is just minor, demand tends to be inelastic. So what happened to our president? The president assumed that demand for education is inelastic. For this reason, he thought if he increased the price, the quantity will decrease less than the increase in the price, and total revenue will increase following the increase in the price. And that's wrong, because demand for education is elastic. Let's go to another question. Fozan, read the blue.
Explain the relationship between price elasticity of demand and the change in total revenue when a price falls by 10%.
Okay, see here, if a price decreases, the quantity demanded will increase. What will happen to total revenue? Think first, if demand is elastic. If demand is elastic, the quantity is stronger than the price, or percentage change in quantity is higher than percentage change in the price. So total revenue will increase following the quantity. Another case, if demand is inelastic, that means the price is stronger than the quantity, or the percentage change in quantity is less than percentage change in the price. So total revenue will increase following the percentage change in quantity if demand is inelastic. So understand this topic, then you can write an essay question. You can give examples about a product which is its demand is elastic or inelastic. So for me, demand for perfume is elastic, demand for rice is inelastic. Okay, I think I spent a good time explaining this question. So Fozan will read the blue question.
What is the price elasticity of demand for a good if the total revenue to the seller is at a maximum value? Explain using the next graph.
Okay, see here, as the price decreases and demand, see here in this portion AB, demand is elastic. So as the price decreases, the quantity demanded will increase faster than the decrease in the price. So total revenue will increase. And in the second portion of demand curve, as the price decreases, the quantity demanded will increase, but in lower percentage than the decrease in the price. So total revenue will follow the decrease in the price because the price is stronger. So total revenue will decrease. At point B, in which demand switch from being elastic to inelastic, total revenue will reach its maximum point, and the elasticity at point B is called unitarily elastic or unit elastic. We answered this question. This is a short answer for this question.